Welcome you on the show Sports Update on Trust TV. Adeni G. Shafeto to take you around the world of sport. At least matches are ongoing over there in England and also in Nigeria. Plateau United Enyimba still goalless as we speak. Both of them are really locking horns to see who stays top and who actually drops down. Looking at what's happening there in the world of sport. While we're looking at that, we have to start with the National Sports Commission, as they're actually trying to see how they can better sports laws in Nigeria. Well, we look at that first story. NSC launches RHINSE initiative to transform Nigerian sports sector. They try to see how they can turn things around with Nigeria. That's why they actually came up with that RHINSE as an acronym. Let's look at it quickly. NSC RHINSE initiative that we look at has to do with Renew Hope initiative for Nigerian sport economy. Initiative is anchored on institutional reform, the restructuring of sports federations, and grassroots development with private sector collaboration playing a pivotal role. The key goals and impact of RHINSE has to do with contributing at least 3% to Nigeria's GDP, gross domestic product for Nigeria. 3% there coming from that RHINSE initiative. Creating and sustaining over 3 million jobs across the sports value chain, dominating global sports talent, exports markets, generating foreign exchange revenue reinvested into the sports system, enabling private sector participation to complement government efforts, ensuring credible participation in international competitions, and upgrading infrastructure to host global tournament. At least that will be a good one to at least have a lot of infrastructure put in place. All the stadiums across Nigeria put in place, whereby we'll be able to host a lot of competitions that has to do with both continental and intercontinental. It won't be only Uyo that will be hosting events. We'll be able to get a lot of opportunity to host events. And you can see how Morocco are really making a lot of money for the fact that they are able to host so many competitions so far across board in Africa. That's a good one coming from the National Sports Commission, trying to see how they can better the lot of sport in Nigeria, launching RHINSE initiative to transform sport development, and really is getting better, and hopefully they continue to maintain the status quo of making sure our sport reaches that level of enviable heights. Looking at that story there. Well, earlier on we talked about the Plateau United versus Enyimba. That match is still ongoing over there in Jos. It's still goalless between Plateau United and Enyimba International. Both of them are really looking for goals. I'll continue to give you updates concerning that. Now, still talking about matches being played, let's quickly look at games being played over there in Europe. Look at matches being played so far. We know that for Man City and Everton, it ended 1-1 in that particular encounter there. What's happened to Man City? Before, they could have walloped Everton like 6 goals or 4 or 3. But this time around, they managed to play a draw, 1-1 between the two of them, where their goalkeeper was able to salvage that particular goal for them. He actually called the goal that was supposed to be scored. Penalties were supposed to be scored by Erling Haaland. So give it up to Jordan Pickford and India getting the player of the match. Fantastic performance from Everton. They are despite the dominance from Man City, but they could not win that game. It ended 1-1. And now quickly looking at Man City, let's look at Man City, all the statistics now from 1 to 6. That has to do with that match that took place over there at the Etihad Stadium. Let's start with the Man City Everton from 1. Well, you look at the performance of the players. Bernardo Silva getting just 4 in the rating. Ortega 3.97, Dio 3.86, Zavinho, Nathan Ake, Kovacic, Doku, Akanji, and Foden. Look at it, was a poor performance for that team. What is happening to Man City? Well, really not getting it right. Still looking at this. Let's look at the Everton side now. India, player of the match, got 7.97 rating, and that's a good one from India. You actually scored that goal for them, and you have to give it up to that team. Pickford also did well, 7.92. Tarkowski, Brantwaite, you look at Coleman, Mangala, and Gueye, all of them getting 7 points. And you look at Man City players getting 3 points. That wasn't too good for Man City. Looking at the goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford showing class. He really did well. Diving save, he actually got 4 for goalkeeper saves, while the goalkeeper of Everton, rather Man City, got 2 diving saves, 1 save shot from inside the box, 3-1, save shot from outside the box, 1-1. Penalty say 1 from Pickford. Creeper throw 7 against 5 for Man City, and goal kicks 10 against 5. See, looking at that Man City versus Everton. Well, we look at it. Everton actually got at 3.7% in possession, but Man City went ahead with 66.3%. Still, they couldn't win it. Season so far, well, Everton right now standing 15 on the log, total points of 17, and Man City 6 with 28 points. Recall the fact that both of them, they just have to do well. Goal score 30, goal score for Everton 15. So far, looking at the way it is this season between the two teams. See, looking at the game between Man City and Everton there. Well, good one. And you look at Everton this season for Guardiola, all the games he has played for about 13 matches now. He has only been able to salvage 1 win out of all. Looking at Manchester City there. Well, you look at the LL, they are standing for lose. He lost about how many games now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 out of 13, 3 draws and 1 win in all competition. About 13 matches so far played by Manchester City. That's not a good move between the two. I'm talking about Manchester City right now, hosting Everton there, and they won all, and that wasn't too good at all. So far, going back to the matches being played over there in England, you just want to give it up to the fact that currently the match is being played right now. Chelsea are still leading with 1-0 score by Cole Palmer in that particular encounter. Congrats to them, they are still leading, and you can't take anything away from them. And you look at the likes of Newcastle, they scored 2 goals so far. Courtesy of Isak and Anthony Gordon scoring those goals for them, while they leading Aston Villa at the St James Park there. Nottingham Forest 1-0 ahead of Tottenham Hotspur, where Elanga was the scorer of that goal. And you look at Southampton losing at home so far, following playing against West Ham, where Bowen scored for West Ham United in those games ongoing right now over there in England. For Bournemouth and Crystal Palace, it's still goalless between the two teams, and both of them are trying to see how they can get goals there. Well, for Man City, Everton completed 1-1. It ended in favor of the two because they have to share the spoil there. Well, for Chelsea, good one for Cole Palmer, who has really turned this around for Chelsea, leading that particular match in the 88th minute right now, ahead of Fulham. Battle of London, 1-0 in favor of the Blues. Chelsea, well, for Wolves and Man United will be later, while Liverpool, Leicester will also be coming up later, just to give you update concerning that particular encounter taking place over there in England. For Plateau United and Enyimba is still goalless in the 88th minute so far play between the two teams over there at the New Jos Stadium in Jos. It's still 0-0. Both of them really trying hard to see how they can hold their own concerning that. While we're actually looking at the update concerning those matches being played, we go back to our stories so far. Well, let's quickly touch on Osimhen Olaoyin, included in Super League team of the season so far there. Well, you look at the fact that all of them, they try their best to do well for their team, and both of them actually been included in the team of the season. Or if you look at Turkish team of the season, you actually look at the Turkish team of the season so far in the Super League over there in Turkey, where they are playing Turkish Super League of the season. You actually have all the players that have been selected to be the top 11, the Super League team, Turkish Super League of the season. From the goalkeeper, Bake Oza of Iyospor as the goalkeeper there. You can't take it away from Kasim Pasa. You have Yasin Oskan, Gosepe player, Helentin, that should be a Brazilian, Davison Sanchez, the same teammate with Osimhen with Galatasaray, making the defenders. And you have in the middle of the park, Carlo Holtz from Samsunspor, Ibrahim Olawi, Nigerian player over there in Rizespor, making it. And at the front, you look at the likes of Baris Alpa Yilmaz, Galatasaray, Dusan Tadic of Fenerbahce, Yunus Akgan of Galatasaray, while Osimhen also making it quite alongside Piatek for Başakşehir, Istanbul, all of them making it as the team of the season so far in the Liga, Turkish Liga season there. Just to touch on it, at least for Osimhen and Ibrahim Olaoyin, outstanding players, the two Nigerians being able to make the team of the season so far for the Turkish League. Congrats to them. And now let's talk about a particular manager that have taken over since he joined Liverpool. His name is Arne Slot. Arne Slot is the fourth manager actually to top Premier League on Xmas Day. Let's look at that story quickly. Arne Slot is the fourth manager top of Premier League on Xmas Day in 4 seasons. All the managers that have actually joined their team for the 4th season, and they are able to top that particular 4th season in their playing in that particular league there. For Arne Slot, he has been able to do it, and congrats to him for being able to join those managers that have been able to get it done. Managers like Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, part of them. Also, not forget the Antonio Conte. They also make that particular list of top managers who were able to top the league. Immediately they joined that particular league of Premier League. Congrats to Arne Slot, who has also joined that particular group of coaches that has been able to do well as top manager, as to be the 4th manager rather to top Premier League on Xmas Day. Well, that's a good one concerning Arne Slot. And among the top manager, making him the 4th one, we mentioned Carlo Ancelotti, mentioned Jose Mourinho, and also Antonio Conte. So right now, Arne Slot is the 4th manager to make that particular call there. Congrats to him, and hopefully he can run away with it and maintain that particular steez, as we use that word, for among the top manager to be able to hold their own. Mourinho did that in 2004, 2005 to be able to be a manager topping the Premier League on Christmas Day. And you look at Carlo Ancelotti did that 2009, 2010 season. Antonio Conte did that in 2016, 2017. And Arne Slot 2024, 2025 on Christmas Day, and today is Boxing Day, and still maintaining #1 position. What a record for Arne Slot. The man that has taken over Liverpool and really by storm so far. He has done well for himself, and he deserves all the accolade coming toward his way. Well, that's for Arne Slot. And quickly, let's look at some transfer gossip so far before we go back to the scoreline of matches being played right now. Sporting CP, the team that Amorim left, they've actually sacked Amorim's successor, Joao Pereira, appoints Rui Borges as head coach. Well, after 10 matches, rather 8 matches, he actually lost 4, and he was able to manage to at least get win in 4. But right now, they could not hold it anymore. They had to sack him and appointed Rui Borges there to take over as the new coach of Sporting CP. They cannot wait anymore concerning how he has been handling that team. Was actually topping the table before he took over, but right now he has taken it to 2nd position. We have the team, another team has taken over, so they didn't like that. They had to sack him. Well, for Amorim, it's like moving away from this top club now to Manchester United to get baptism fire over there in England. Not getting it right so far, but hopefully he will get it done. Still talking about some stories. Let's talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham, Liverpool, and RB Leipzig, as we speak right now, are interested in the particular player called Randal Kolo Muani. They are trying to see how they can get that PSG player to actually join them. Kolo Muani is getting a lot of attention from the likes of Liverpool, RB Leipzig, Tottenham Hotspur, even though PSG is his club. But the way it's going, Muani could be moving away out of one of these clubs. We have to sign the PSG player because he's really a fantastic player right now. But, well, Tottenham, Liverpool, and Leipzig are ready to go for him. Manchester United to step up interest in Atalanta midfielder so far. Well, his name is Ederson. They want to go for Ederson, and Manchester United are really trying to see how they can sign him so far. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's just check on the scoreline of what is happening over there in England for matches played so far in England. You look at the scoreline so far for all the matches played. Well, for Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace, is still goalless between the two, and for Chelsea and Fulham, it's now 1-1. 1-1. Fulham has actually replied. Cotslow Wilson, who scored for them in the 82nd minute there. It's now 1-1 between Fulham and Chelsea. Alex Iwobi and Bassi are participating, and they are really doing well. For another match, Newcastle versus Aston Villa is still 2-0, and they are really trying to see how they can maintain it. 2-0 there. Isak, Alexander, and Gordon are the player that scored those goals. For Nottingham Forest, 1-0, they are leading ahead of Tottenham Hotspur. Goal scored by Ilanga. And you look at Southampton, following suit against West Ham, who actually lead in the park with 1-0 in the 78th minute scored by Bowen in that particular encounter. Well, still looking at, let's check out Plateau United versus Enyimba, still goalless, 87th minute in that encounter over their new Jos Stadium in Jos, Plateau State. Enyimba 0, Plateau United 0. That's it so far in those games, rather that particular game being played right now in Jos. Going back to giving you update concerning what's happening, let's quickly look at some transfer gossip as we're taking it. Well, we have Manchester United to step up interest. Atalanta midfielder, the one we took earlier, that's the Brazilian Ederson. They want to get him from Atalanta. If everything goes well, we'll be joining them. Chelsea wants to keep Christopher Nkunku despite being linked with a move away. Yes, as it is right now, Chelsea wants to keep him, even though we heard that the likes of Barcelona are interested in getting Nkunku to be signed. Well, that's a player, fantastic player, but it's not getting the way it's supposed to be over there in Chelsea. But Chelsea are saying they will keep him. They don't want him to leave. Good player. If you check his answer while he was at RB Leipzig, he's about the accolade. Joseph Tarr, that's another story. Joseph Tarr could join Barcelona for free as it is right now when his deal at Bayer Leverkusen expires. That's running out. But for Tarr, well, we wait to see. Maybe Barcelona will actually get him for free. This is a player that really wants to play good football, and Barcelona could be going for him. But by the time his deal runs out with the Bayer Leverkusen of Germany, they are quickly giving you some update in the world of sport. Let's look at Liverpool. Liverpool have two stories there coming from Liverpool. Liverpool reject £39.7 million bid for a player. That's from Barcelona. Barcelona really, they want to sign Darwin Núñez, but right now Liverpool are not ready to sell him at all. For the amount of money they are offering, maybe they need to offer more for them to allow Núñez to move away from Liverpool. Barcelona offering 39.7. That's not the amount they want for him. That's why they are not accepting it. And maybe they want him to be with them. Let's wait and see. Money can really do a lot of changes. Maybe by the time they offer more money, Liverpool could actually budge by giving them that chance to sign Darwin Núñez, who they are really looking at getting right now. And then the last one has to do with Liverpool too. Liverpool scouts blown away by the performances of a particular player of Porto. His name is Nico Gonzalez. Gonzalez is a midfielder, and Liverpool scouts have been watching him. But right now, they are so impressed with him that they are blown away with the way he has been performing for that particular club called Porto. So right now, they are ready to go for him. And if everything goes well with the terms and conditions, you could actually see Nico Gonzalez doing the color of Liverpool next season. Just to give you update there in those transfer gossip, let's quickly go back to the scoreline. What is happening over there in in Jos? It's now 90 minutes between Enyimba and Plateau United. Still goalless there, both of them locking horns over there at the new Jos Stadium. Still goalless at the 98th minute. And in England, let's quickly look at it for Man City Everton. We know it ended 1-1, but right now Bournemouth Crystal Palace still 0-0. And you look at Chelsea Fulham 0-0, 91 right now, 90 plus 1 with the added time there. For Newcastle, Aston Villa is still 2-0 in favor of Newcastle. And for the team called Southampton West Ham, they are trailing West Ham, where they actually led that goal, scored by that's Bowen there. He scored in the 59th minute right now. Just to give you an update there, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham Hotspur is 1-0 in favor of Nottingham Forest. You won't believe that. They are leading the park courtesy of Ilanga, who actually scored that goal for them in the 28th minute. That's now 92nd minute between those the team between Nottingham Forest and Tottenham Hotspur. They played at the 92nd minute of my game so far. For Chelsea Fulham, 91 minutes, 1-1. 1-1 it is between the two clubs from London. And you look at Enyimba versus Plateau United right now. Well, 91 minutes between the two, and it's still goalless. Well, just giving you updates in the world of sport for those matches being played right now, and for you not watching, at least we're getting the update of games being played so far. Well, but for Man City, their woes continue, although they were able to salvage a draw, a point in this game they played against Everton earlier today. Hopefully, they'll get it back or get well by the time they play on Sunday. Giving you update in the world of sport there. Chelsea 1-1 against Fulham. Nottingham Forest now, Newcastle 2-0. Nottingham Forest 1-0. Well, Southampton against West Ham is still 1-0 in favor of visiting West Ham in that park there. At least giving you update in the world also for all that is happening over there in England for those matches being played. We have to go now on the show. Sports update on Trust TV. Adeniyi Aji Shafe. Thanks for watching.